Welcome to the installation video of the Aries ActionTrac powered running boards. These instructions will show the general steps needed to install the running boards onto any truck application. For this demonstration, we are using a 2017 Ford Super Duty. To begin, identify the mounting locations underneath the vehicle on the driver's side as shown here. Also, identify each bracket. Depending on your application, they may be specific to certain mounting locations. In this application, they are universal. Starting with the front mounting points on the driver's side, attach the corresponding bracket to the vehicle with the included hardware. Repeat this process for the middle and rear driver's side brackets. After the brackets are in place, lay the driver's side running board upside down on a flat surface and insert 3 included T-rails into the slots. Space out the T-rails along the board, positioning them as close to the corresponding bracket location as possible. Lift the board into position. Slide each T-rail along the board to line up with the bracket, and then lower the running board into place. To secure the board, attach all 3 brackets with the included hardware. Do not fully tighten the hardware at this time. After the brackets have been attached, adjust the board to the desired location, then tighten down all the hardware. Repeat this entire process to mount the passenger side running board. To begin the wiring process, trim will need to be removed. To do this, begin on the driver's side and gently pull up on the trim, taking care not to damage any plastic parts. Remove the trim behind the driver's seat in the same way. Remove any other vehicle components that would prevent the ability to route the wiring harness under the automotive carpet in the rear of the cab. To prepare the wiring harness, remove the fuse located on the smaller bundle of wires. To attach the smaller portion of the wiring harness with the removed fuse, uninstall the nuts on the negative and positive battery posts. Then, place the eyelets of each wire onto the corresponding posts. Reinstall the nuts to secure the wires. Next, the harness will be routed from the battery through the port in the firewall. Feed the harness through the firewall into the cab of the vehicle. It's important to note that the firewall access location and routing method will vary by vehicle make and model. Once this wire is in the desired location, zip tie any loose wire into place, making sure that it does not interfere with other wires in the engine bay or steering column. Next, we will install the larger portion of the wiring harness. It may be helpful to lay out the harness as shown and identify the 8 quick plugs using the included wiring harness diagram. Now, feed the larger portion of the wiring harness underneath the carpet in the rear of the cab, from the passenger side over to the driver's side. Continue to feed the power wire and orange and yellow sensor wire to the front of the vehicle underneath the carpet here as well. Repeat this process on the passenger side with the gray and green sensor wire. Behind the driver's seat, identify a place in the floor pan to route the 2 wires down. On some vehicles, there may be a rubber plug located underneath the carpet. For these vehicles, remove this plug. Then, using a utility knife, carefully make a slit for the wires to pass through. For vehicles with no floor plug, identify a spot to drill. To do this, the carpet can be propped up with a small object and a 1-inch hole can be drilled from below the vehicle into the truck cab. This floor access port will be needed on both the driver's and passenger side of the vehicle. Feed the red and black driver rear actuator and brown and tan LED light wires through the access hole and then through the included grommet. Plug the door sensor into the wiring harness and feed it up to the door frame underneath the door seal. Before mounting the sensor to the vehicle, prepare the select location and the sensor with an alcohol wipe. Next, mount the magnet that will trigger the sensor. To ensure that the magnet stays securely in place, it is recommended to use an adhesive or double-sided tape. Before attaching to the door, clean the desired location with an alcohol wipe. Place the magnet on the rear driver's side door, lining it up with the mounted sensor. Repeat this process for the remaining 3 doors. On the driver's side, connect the rear red and black actuator wire connector to the orange and yellow wire connector from the board. On the rearmost bracket, remove one of the nuts used to secure the board to the bracket and install the LED light tab. Reinstall the nut to secure and then install the LED light onto the tab. Plug the LED light wire connector into the brown and tan wire connector. Secure the hanging wires to the bracket with zip ties. Pull the excess wire up into the vehicle's cab and seat the rubber grommet. Optionally, you may choose to seal the grommet with silicone to ensure a weatherproof barrier. Cover these wires with the included wire loom for extra protection and a finished look. Repeat this entire process on the passenger side. Next, locate a suitable mounting location for the power switch on the dashboard. Drill a 3/4 inch hole into the dashboard with a 3/4 inch or step drill bit, being mindful of what you drill into and what's behind it. Remove any additional panels necessary to allow access to route the wire up and through the previously drilled hole. Connect the switch to the wires, being sure to plug the blue wires into the silver ends and the red wire into the bronze end. Pull the wires back through the dash and push the switch to seat it into the drilled mounting hole. Locate a ground screw to attach the black ground wire. Loosen the screw and attach the eyelet before retightening. Near the driver's side front door, attach the 2 wiring harnesses. Near the passenger side rear door, plug in the circuit board and find a discrete location to hide the box. In this example, the harness is being routed through an existing hole in the carpet and the circuit board is hidden underneath the rear seat. Replace all vehicle trim and components removed during this installation. Finally, replace the fuse. Congratulations on the installation of your brand new Aries ActionTrac powered running boards.